Welcome back to e-learning class. Today we are going to discuss about the scope and content of population geography in module number 2. The learning outcomes are, at the end of the session, you will be in a position to know the scope, what is the meaning of the scope, and what is the scope of population geography. You will be in the position to understand interlinkages with other branches of knowledge, and you will be in a position to grasp the content of the subject and its overall coverage. So, what is the scope of population geography? So, when we say scope, we have to understand that it talks about the importance, or it talks about its special significance, or it talks about its subject matter. So when we talk about the scope of population geography, we talk about its subject matter, how the things are being discussed and what are the things that are discussed, or its linkage with the other branches of knowledge, and how important it is to study this particular branch of knowledge in understanding the given space or given nature. So population geography, as already we have discussed in the first module, that is mainly deals with the spatial distribution and spatial interaction of population. That is something called areal differentiation. So the main thrust is on areal differentiation, as we know that given population act in a particular way or possess certain characteristics in a given space. It's mainly because of it is interacting with the kind of situation which is being offered naturally, and in turn it tries to modify this particular geographic character. So those interlinkages and those interrelationship between the changing population with the changing geographic character is documented and studied in the population geography. So main focus is about the study about the population, but with reference to how that spatially it varies, and what are those spatial interaction that takes place. So while understanding the scope of population geography, let's just try to understand in what way the population geography is connected to other branches of knowledge. Now, as I already we know that population geography is one of the important branch of human geography, and this branch is exclusively dealing with the population phenomena, population related aspects. Now these aspects are also studied in some other branches like demography. So demography is the population science which is dealing basically with the population measurement, population aspect measurement and its analysis. So the focus of the demography is more on the statistical aspects of the population phenomena and analysis of the same. Whereas in case of population geography, we try to give more importance to how the things are arranged, or what is the spatial organization of a given population segment, because we understand that population or the spatial relationship differ from place to place, and the spatial character or geographic character affects directly or indirectly on the given population segment. So our focus in population geography is more on understanding the areal differentiation and not simply knowing the statistics of different population segment. Of course, no doubt we are also understanding, we are also trying to relate the population statistics to the given numbers, but with reference to spatial context. That is the main thrust area of population geography. Population is also studied under sociology, wherein the societal aspects or societal phenomena are taking the predominance on the population study. Whereas already we said that we are dealing with the spatial character, though the same phenomena can be studied, but with a different pretext or different societal background. That's the main course study in sociology. The population is also studied as a part of anthropology, as we know that is science dealing with human evolution. Different evolutionary aspects are being studied. So population as one segment, how it got evolved, what are the special character, what are the genetics, and how the racial things are, all these are being studied. So human being as an entity as is studied under our anthropology, and since it is related to population, so population geography is connected to this also. So when we try to understand a given situation in the population, how it varies, so also we are trying to relate it with the basic content of anthropology. Population is also studied under economics as a one branch, where the focus is on understanding its economic character. So how the economic behavior varies from place to place, and how the population is basically as a human resource affects this particular variation. Population geography is also connected to social geography, which is more or less interlinked with the sociology, wherein societal aspects are taking dominance, and since population or human beings are part of the society, human society also. So the content of the population geography also matches with what is studied under social geography. So if you try to understand the content of our population geography, we will be in a position to know that the content is very vast, and the core concern, as already we have discussed, we have studied, is the core concerns of geography, population geography is the population, understanding the different dimension of the given population. So to understand this different dimension of population, we need to study its distributional aspect. So when we try to study the distribution aspect, we talk about maybe actual population distribution with respect to a particular region, maybe world, maybe a particular state, a particular country. We also discuss something about population density distribution. We also think and we have also discussed about the population distribution of population growth, so which varies from place to place. So we basically concerned with how the things are getting distributed and how do they vary over a given space and given time. The population geography is also studying about data collection sources. As we know that we are going to discuss in the next module about the kind of data sources, that population data sources that we have, and how these sources are important to provide population related statistics to us is all studied under the data collection sources. Then there are some primary data sources, there are secondary data sources, so all those contents are studied under population geography. Population geography is also connected with the understanding the population dynamics or population change or the special movement of population. Here we are talking about the birth, death, and migration. So these are the these are the parameters which gives a kind of dynamicity to the given population. So population is never a static phenomena, and that because of these kind of changes, that is birth or death or migration. So this is special character, its temporal character is studied intensively in the population geography. Another core part of the population geography is composition. There are large range of composition that we generally try to study, and these composition are studied in order to know the character or the quality of the given population. As we all know that human resource is very important for the country's development, and to know the this quality as well as quantity, these particular compositions are giving some idea as population composition. It may be mostly what we study about is age composition, gender composition. We study about literacy composition, education standard, maybe religious composition, linguistic composition. We may try to analyze rural and urban character of the populations, occupations that are different kinds of occupation are practiced in different areas. So economic composition is also there. Caste composition can be studied, ethnicity, racial composition. All these composition are giving us some idea about the spatial distribution, no doubt, but at the same time it talks about the quality of the human resource that we find in a particular region or particular country. So then, since I have just mentioned about the quality of population, so what is the quality of population? So it may be some special, it may be some character in it may be in the form of knowledge, it may be in the form of skill, it may be aptitude or attitude, it may be in a working nature. So all these quality related aspects and the quantity as in the population composition we discussed about. So this quality and quantity of population is very important or significant for any nation to either to prosper or to draft the policies for prosperity. In this connection, we also try to understand various population and resource capabilities, especially what we say population resource ratio, wherein we try to understand the various kind of utilization which is possible under a given situation. Here also we try to understand the spatial resources with reference to the spatial population. So we have something called optimum utilization, underutilization, overutilization. So when we talk about this one, similarly we talk about the optimum population, underpopulation as well as overpopulation. So here basically we try to relate the given population with resources, and indirectly we talk about the capacity, land capability or carrying capacity of the land. Another thrust area is the population growth theories. There are many theories which we propounded, which talks about how population will vary or how population is related to and what kind of changes are expected. So those growth theories are basically studied under the population geography. As we know, the famous theory of Robert Malthus talks about geometrical progression, arithmetic progression, and how the population resource ratio has to be maintained. So especially these particular part help us to channelize our resources and to understand what is required to progress as a human race. And therefore there is a topic which is also studying something called population policies. Now a special character or special variation gives us some idea that population varies with space and time. So by studying them intensively, we will be in the position to know their strength, their weaknesses, their drawbacks, their requirements, their needs, and this accordingly population policies can be drafted and can be implemented, and all these are basically studied under population geography. So at the end of the module, what we are trying to understand here is the population geography is basically the study about a population as a whole or a segment in a special context, and basically the scope of the population geography is to understand this particular core part, that is special context and population relationship. So the subject matter what we study under population geography is also studied under different branches, as already we have discussed about. It is having very intimate relationship with demography. It is also studied in economics, in sociology, as a part of anthropology. It also comes also in social demography. Also similar in intelligences can be developed. So population becomes a multi dimensional aspect and studied at different contexts. So its contents are basically covering almost all the aspect of given population. So this unless until we study the population as a one whole unit, it will not be possible for us to understand and to draft IT policy, so that we can proceed further, progress further. So in order to understand this particular topic further, you can refer this book and upgrade your knowledge. Thank you.